All right. Hello, my friends. Uh, Today it's the wee early hours. Well, 5:30. I'm recording when it's nice and quiet here at my new place, and outside you'll be able to see it's been really lovely. The temperature's been right around a little below zero. Lovely, fluffy snow at times. Some really amazing stargazing, and kind of a nice treat now that I'm in my new place. When I see blue and white flashing lights, well, it's actually Christmas lights. You can guess what it used to be. So, what I'm going to talk about today, and hopefully everything's all set up nicely, I'm going to list for you 5 of my favorite mods and sort of give a bit of a showcase. So, it's not going to be a great deal of depth, but let's start off at the top. So, the first mod I want to talk about is to really get this one working. I'm going to open my inventory. Now, you will see. Let's take a look at weapons. Alright, so these weapon names are automatically generated by a version of tagged plans and apparel. But this version was customized by one of our chat people, Aldebrand, and you can find it on chat in the other mod stuff channel on the Discord for text chat, which if you reference back to my video on how to install text chat, that has all the links. I'll also have links in the bottom down below, so hopefully you can see the finger down below. There'll be links to the bottom, and so there's an example of what it does for weapons. So it tags them with the name, and at the very beginning you'll see that's the first legendary mod, and the plus or minus is an assessment of rarity or popularity or value. Now that's just a rough assessment. Let's go on to another part of this mod, the one that is probably quite critical. This isn't a great example, so let's go to the inventory. Let's go to my stash. Come on, Mr. Stash. One right over here. There we go. So let's look at notes again. So in the notes, you can see I sell a lot of plans, just cheap or basically for new players. But if we zoom down, fun hint. So you can see some of these are tagged. So the Atom Shop tag is normal, but they've got a few extra tags. They will actually indicate rarity. Looks like I have pretty much very little in terms of rare plans right now. They also tag with, oh, there you go. So the little cap symbol indicates pretty high value. The PP is for Project Paradise. That's where it comes from. You'll see most of the ones in my store are just generic cheap plans. Usually you get from digging maps. There should be a couple of others here, but you'll see Moonshine Jamboree, things like that. So that's some of the stuff, the tagging mod. And then if you look at apparel, again, it will show rarity. Do I have any examples? Not much. Nothing much I've got right now is particularly rare. So I guess that's about all I can highlight with this character related to the tagging mod, but it affects how things are sorted, shown, and listed in your inventory. And link again will be in the description. So let's go on to the next one I want to talk about, which is Inventomatic Stash Unofficial Update by Ms. Zelia. Now, to really see that in action, first off, we have to kind of look again at Stash. And a lot of it's kind of hard to explain, but some of the features in Inventomatic are, there is an auto loot setting. It requires you to edit it's a JSON file, and which is JavaScript data file. You can edit it in Notepad++, and let's just see if I can show Notepad++ briefly. Alrighty. Okay, so there's my Notepad++. Well, I'm using, sorry, any text editor. I use Notepad++. And what are we looking at right now? Let's just have a quick look. We're looking at chat mod ini. Oh, it was to reload. No, I didn't want to do it. But here's an example of one of the JSONs. This one's actually HUD player list. And I'll get to that in a minute. I haven't got the others loaded at the moment. I can quickly load them. Let me load one. Oh, it's 76 data. Let's load the... Where are we here? Come on, Inventomatic stash. There it is. Okay, so you see there's sections for protection, which does the equivalent action of save everything, scrap protection, transfer. It will make sure that you cannot accidentally scrap or sell or transfer or anything. Now right now the main one is it's set to anything on the favorites list. So anything on your wheel. So if we jump back and we show the wheel. So all these weapons I've got on the wheel, it will not let me put in a container. It will not let me drop. Show you an example. So if I go to my weapons and I try to drop nothing. And similarly, it won't let me drop the chems or the aid. See, I can't do that. But if I want to drop the addictol, no problem. So there it is. So that's a critical feature of Inventomatic Stash. Unofficial update. Links again will be in the description. Another very important feature of Inventomatic Stash. Just pop back there. And you'll see there's a section. Where are we here? Selling. You can auto sell. Now, I don't use that. You could set hotkeys. These are Java numbers for the keys. I don't know them very well, but you can look them up. The ones I've been setting have been the numpad because you almost never use that. So it does give you a whole bunch more hotkeys. You could set auto loot. I have not used that. And it's a bit of work. You got to type in every individual item. But this way, if you don't want to pick up all those looted weapons, you use this hotkey and do auto loot. There's an auto scrap. Now, just a caveat, make sure that you very carefully test this on I would recommend on a custom world so it doesn't save. Make sure it's scrapping only the things you want it to scrap. And excluded is pretty darn important. You sure don't want it scrapping your good stuff. I believe auto scrap will overwrite your protections up above. So, as Ms. Zelia says here, you know, read the description of the mod very carefully. Transfer config can auto transfer. Now I have not gotten around to configuring many of these at all. I'll confess my skills at this are pretty atrophied, and I just haven't had the energy. You know, being in the middle of chemo, it's been tricky to find times a day when I'm feeling good. And that's getting better, but the roughest part of chemo is the halfway point, and I'm past that now, so everything's doing much better. Okay, I think that's probably enough on Inventomatic Stash. So the next one on my list, whoops, I turned off the wrong thing. Sorry about that, guys. There we go. The next on my list is Inventomatic Pip-Boy. Unofficial update, and it's kind of hard to demonstrate the stuff that it does, so read the description, but it's a companion mod to the stash. I believe, I shouldn't maybe speak, but I think Vizeli just split them so that I would recommend highly that if you use one, use both. Both have additional automation features. Now both of these work great, just installed and use the default settings. If you want the more advanced automation, that's when you want to edit your configuration file, that JSON file. So, as a highlight, I've highlighted it. More information, you know, look me up on Discord. We can chat. You can private message me, or you can talk to me on my Discord or on the text chat Discord. I'm very open to additional help, but also there's other people that are far more expert than me. So this is a showcase. I just want to clarify that. Okay, so there's two more here, and these ones you can really see on the screen. So up in the top left, that's where I've configured to set it is buffs meter. So let's just show you what happens. So let's eat a little food. There we go. Now buffs meter will take a minute to activate, and one of the best ways to make it kick is open your inventory or just tab. Come on. There we go. See, Brain Bomb shows up. So it shows you the time it lasts, a little bar. You can turn on and off these additional things, like it's showing right now all of my significant perks that affect your day-to-day activities. You don't have to show those. Those are all configurable again in a JSON. And again, this is by Ms. Zelia. Now the last one is Ms. Zelia's improved workshop. Now, to really see how this works, it activates by going and crafting menu once of your Tinker Bench. Once you've done that, you can then, if you go to a weapon and say scrap, you'll see here it shows you the chance to get a loose mod, or it will show you the chance to, this one should work, learn that new mod. I'm sorry, it doesn't show you the statistical chance, that's 1% and 1.5%. It shows you still haven't learned them, which is quicker and easier than the other method, which is literally going down and going, okay, what's on my list of what I can craft and what I can't craft? Which you do it this way, and then what I do is I clip these, stick them in a notes. But so I highly recommend improved workbench. All right, those are my 5 that I wanted to cover today. I intend to do a second 5, and I'm not calling these the best mods in the world. I mean, I think they are, but I'm calling them my favorite 5 mods. I am not talking about text chat today because I have a whole video on that. And most of these mods are listed in that video, but I'm going to copy that over, put fresh links. You'll see them in the description. So I hope, it's going to be a fairly short video, but I hope I've kind of covered things in a quick and dirty. And for further information, you can find me on my Discord, find me on text chat Discord, just find me on Discord. Or you can post a comment here in YouTube, or check out my links up above. All those options are available. And if you like this stuff, please do me the little favor they always talk about. If you like it and you subscribe, that makes my chances of this stuff being seen better. And I'll tell you, right now, the text chat install mod has really been catching on fire again with the new big update. Okay, all of this is updated from last Tuesday's patch. Make sure you get a fresh copy of all of these mods because they all had to have an update to make sure they work well with the patch. If you have problems, it's probably because of that. Next one, I'm going to cover the other stuff you'll see on the screen. Custom HUD, DPS meter, stats meter, so on and so forth. That'll be next time. Until then, have a good one, eh? Alrighty, bye-bye. Oh, a joke. What's orange and sounds like parrot? A carrot. Okay, enough of that.